Thank you all for joining our online event today about redefining your VMware strategy with Google Cloud and with Google Cloud partner Devoteam. I'm Lisbeth, I'm CMO at Devoteam G Cloud, and I will be hosting your online event today. Just so you know what's on the menu today, what's on our agenda today, we will start with an overview of why you can choose for Google Cloud VMware Engine to reassess your VMware strategy. We'll talk about how you can accelerate your modernization journey. And we're very happy to have our customer WESSLING today on the call as well, and to share their story of their modernization. We will wrap up with some key takeaways and with a Q&A. And for the Q&A, this is a bit of housekeeping, but feel free to use the questions functionality here in Google Meet to already write down your questions throughout the online event. And our experts will take those questions at the end of the event. So you can always leave them already in the questions section or in the chat if you would like, and we will make sure that we answer those questions at the end of the event. And then, who are your speakers for today? I'm very happy to introduce you to Peter de Bruin, who's EMEA GCV, so Google Cloud VMware Engine lead at Google Cloud, with us today. We have Anis Sekri, who's our cloud architect and GCVE EMEA lead at Devoteam, Google Cloud partner. And we have Mathieu Noirot, who is CIO at WESSLING, one of our Google Cloud and Devoteam customers. You might wonder, who is Devoteam if you're not familiar yet with Devoteam. So we're a Google Cloud partner. Here you can see a bit of our accolades, let's say. So we're very proud. This year we were awarded for the 5th time in a row the EMEA Partner of the Year Sales Award. And last year we also were awarded with the Machine Learning Partner of the Year Award. We're a Google Cloud Managed Services partner and also Gen AI service partner. And we achieved 8 specializations, of which relevant to the topic of today, also the infrastructure specialization and cloud migration specialization. Just to give you the scope of Devoteam and Devoteam G Cloud, who's taking care of all the Google Cloud business within the Devoteam group, in some key figures. So we can count on 600 Google Cloud experts spread across 18 countries in EMEA and Indonesia. We have over almost 3,000 customers by now. Our experts have over 1,000 Google Cloud certifications, and we have more than 13 years of experience in Google Cloud. So to jump to the topic of today, we receive some frequently asked questions from our on-premise customers when we talk about Google Cloud. So these might be some of the questions that you have as well, like how much does it cost? How do I train my teams on Google Cloud? How does it work? And what are the key benefits? And that's why we wanted to organize this online event today to dive a bit into that. And as said, also to help you to redefine or reassess your current VMware Engine strategy. And one of the ways that you can reassess this strategy is with Google Cloud. And so I will leave the floor now to Peter de Bruin, GCV EMEA lead for Google Cloud, to tell us, to give us a bit of insight in how Google Cloud approaches this and why Google Cloud VMware Engine. So Peter, I'll leave the floor to you, and you should be able to manage your...
I see the next button pretty clear on the screen. Lisbeth, thank you, and thank you all for inviting me to this session. I have the privilege to work on behalf of Google Cloud with a lot of customers in EMEA, and most of our customers on a CIO level are facing a lot of difficulties when it comes to running their own on-prem VMware environment. has been for many years, the changes in technology are so rapid that it takes them a lot of effort to keep up with the pace that's currently coming towards them. Besides that, they see a massive increase in energy cost, not only due to running their own data centers, but also due to the geopolitical tensions in the global market. Besides that, there are more and more security incidents reported. It's becoming more and more hard to run your own infrastructure on-prem and keep up with all the developments currently in the market. And these all impact their migration complexity. So although there is an overall strategy to transform and modernize, these issues impact that pace. And from a more operational perspective, we see even more developments in the market. And the biggest elephant in the room currently is the acquisition of VMware by Broadcom. That has made significant changes to the market and the pricing strategy that a lot of customers are currently facing. And I'm surprised to see that many of my CTOs and CIOs are surprised by the changes brought to market by Broadcom. They did not budget for the new pricing models. They were not ready for the new go-to-market. So they have to formulate an answer to that. And that even impacts the change towards a more modern compute platform even more. And therefore, they are lacking the abilities to drive their strategic innovation agenda. And we have seen customers who are struggling to keep up the pace with their competitive edge. There is no more budget for changes in towards new developments and adopting new strategies. So my customers and your customers are struggling. And how are we positioned to help? That's quite easy. Our overall goal is to meet the customers where they are right now. So it's not about lift and shift. It's actually about helping them transforming faster. So what we're able to do is we are able to pick up their VMware environment and run it on Google Cloud as is. That means that they have the least impact when it comes to their operations, their skills, their business continuity, and they can start leveraging all the cool stuff Google Cloud has to offer on day one. So if they want to use the cross-cloud data warehousing, they can do it on day one. If they want to introduce the AI capabilities of Google Cloud, they can do it on day one. It's their their own VMware environment running on Google Cloud. And besides that, from an overall strategy, we are able to provide them with a stable and predictable pricing strategy. So it's not only about discounts or percentages. No, we are able to safeguard the underlying price structure of our offering to make sure that they have an investment protection going forward when it comes to their VMware environment. And nowadays, we are actually addressing the need for their burning platform because the new pricing strategy of Broadcom can be addressed by this. Besides that, we also provide the flexibility to start with VMware Engine and during the course of the contract, convert that part of VMware into Compute Engine or Kubernetes Engine. So it's not only a price stability, but it also safeguards the flexibility. And that in line with all the native services Google has to offer, like Vertex, like BigQuery, they can start leveraging all the stuff they need for their migration and modernization strategy. And this is where I have to pause and hand over to.
Thanks a lot, Peter. That's very clear. So now, how can you go on that modernization journey? And more importantly, how can you accelerate that modernization journey? Well, Anis, our Devoteam expert in Google Cloud VMware Engine, is here to dive into that topic. So Anis, the floor is yours. You're on mute, Anis. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. So I said, thanks a lot, Elizabeth. So how we can better assist you in achieving your digital transformation project? In Devoteam Cloud, we adopt an approach and methodology based on 4 steps. The first step is assessment to discover your environment. The second one is plan and prepare, which will allow for a smooth onboarding of your workloads in Google Cloud environment by applying best practices. And the third step is migrate your workloads or VMs. And the last one is day 2 or operations and optimization. So let's focus on each step. In the beginning, we collect the maximum amount of informations, such as your business objectives and design documentations. We can also use RV Tools reports, which is free tool, and we can also deploy a Google tool that help us to analyze your environment and the dependency of your application. This step take up to 1 month and will help us to validate the compatibility of your infra with GCV. Keep in mind that we have a lot of customers who have other dependency with other systems, like, for example, IBM iSeries, IBM P-Series, Oracle databases, Microsoft license, Microsoft databases, etc., etc. And it's important to validate the compatibility of your infra or your environment with GCV. The next step is about GCV Foundation to apply the best practices and facilitate the onboarding of your workloads. In this step, we will conduct a lot of technical workshops and guide you in choosing the best migration strategy without service interruption. And for us, it's very important to propose a migration strategy without service interruption. We will deliver our best practices. We will deliver our best design, like high-level design and low-level design. And we will help you to move faster in implementation using infra as a code, like, for example, Terraform. Once the GCV environment is ready, after GCV Foundation, we proceed with migrating your workloads using migration tool provided by VMware and included in our offer. This phase consists of multiple migration waves to secure your migration. Here we propose 3 options using our VMware tool. We propose cold migration, warm migration, and live migration. And in the end, since GCV is a native tool, a native service, with a total integration with Google services, we can rely on monitoring, logging, and backup tools to properly maintain your environment and best exploit your data. For example, we can use BigQuery, and we can also modernize your workloads on your own pace. Like we can, for example, use GKE or managed databases. And when we talk about modernization, I think of IA, of data, of FinOps, security, GKE, etc., etc. And in Devoteam, we can better support you to achieving your goals. We offer a lot of accelerator, and we have a lot of experts on each of them. Sorry.
All right. Thank you, Anis, for going through that accelerated journey. Next up in this online event is our customer story, and we have Mathieu Narot from WESSLING, our customer WESSLING, on the call today to explain us or to guide us a bit through your experiences and your journey. So, Mathieu, floor is all yours.
Thank you. So hi everybody. So thank you for giving me also the opportunity to talk about our story today. So for us, it started a couple of months ago, even years. And first, who we are German company, German-based company, started in the 80s, and now today we can talk about almost 4 countries in Europe. We have more than 1,000 employees and certain number of customers all around Europe. Several locations. So our structure is considered and managed by internal IT services in the different countries and around the different countries through cooperation and also help between different countries. So we are international IT services with different skills, different capacities, and as service team, we are the service of our laboratory people, because our main business is environmental laboratories services. So about our migration, the key thing was our outdated data center, because everything was internally managed in the past, and we had to have a decision about upgrading the internal data center, or had the opportunity also to have a first foot in the cloud world. So as also Google users in Google Workspace world in the past, we had the opportunity to test and to try with Google Cloud platform, and then had the opportunity to talk with Devoteam about these possibilities. Not only outdated, but also financial, and also about our operational system. So it was, for us, a good opportunity to go in this cloud world. About GCV, we had, like you can understand, several virtual machine already working on-prem, and it was very complicated, as it can be most of the times, to take everything, upgrade, and go to something easier. No, it's never easy. So it's best for us was to choose GCV for migration and take our data like they was and put them directly in the cloud through GCV. So it's also important that to have for this a good support, and that it's completely compatible in Google World, excepted some very old ISO version of old Linux or even old Windows system, but it's just a kind of organization in this project and kind of project management for this. So we can now see some difference, especially with the performance for very old systems that now are faster, even faster, and without doing anything. It's also good for our digital transformation, because we have several new opportunities and new possibilities by moving and switching to this GCV environment. A good point is also the price stability, because we have world yearly commitments for this. So starting the year, you know your budget, and you can very easily follow it month after month, weeks after weeks, with quite easy tools in the system. Quick overview about our architecture. So we have special architecture on-prem with main site and a lot of satellite sites that are connected to the main site. So our partner interconnect is naturally created on our main site, and our Google Cloud platform based in Frankfurt to GCP environment. And I can talk about this hours, but it's just a quick overview of what you can do and what we chose to do with our private cloud and our VPC network. About outcomes, like I said, the yearly commitment is also security for the price and the cost over years. So that's very important, especially when you have to talk with business, not from IT world. Sometimes it's a lot of explanation to say why it's a good idea to go to the cloud, why it's not, what you need to keep, what you don't need to keep. And most of the time, the first question is, okay, but what is the budget for this? So we also have this disaster and recovery side for our different problem we can expect to have. The deployment in GCV is very quick. We had a planning of migration for our different virtual machine and everything. So it's quite easy to do. Good transition, also because it's easy, and because with Devoteam you also have the help you need according to kind of project management system. So if you are not very easy with this Google world, because it can be complicated at the beginning, this is also a reason why an expert is a good point for such a project, because it's absolutely not easy. And also good productivity for our infrastructure and other different tasks. So, like I said, with this partnership we chose through Devoteam. I don't know if we have been lucky, but to be honest, we had a very good project manager and very good communication. It's also good communication with people from Google, because it's important that you can also have people from Google, because you have Devoteam on one side, but also Google. They are very professional in all the topics, and you can have a question, even a simple one. You will always have an answer in time and explanation. So in our experience, we chose to involve a big part of our internal IT team in this topic, because they have to be part of this project as if it was an internal project, I mean on-prem. So it's important that they also have access to the support from Devoteam. So the relationship was maybe more than we could have expected. So this is a very positive point for us, and also an access to new opportunities, because we can talk about GCV environment, but we can all have other needs, other requests that can be shared and discussed with Devoteam, and then maybe also with Google. So that's very important, and that was a very important point. We had other perspective, especially in artificial intelligence. In our laboratory world, I can, for example, talk about our asbestos project through microscope images. It's very powerful project using AI capabilities and possibilities from Google tools, but also from specialists from Devoteam. So there's always a part of Google somewhere, even if there's some discussion about how to do, have you a specialist in such cases? Can we talk about it together? Yes. And it's all related to Google and also to Devoteam specialists. So this is just an exhaustive list of things we can talk about, but you all know that it's unlimited in time and in ideas, in possibilities. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Mathieu, for sharing with us your story. I think this definitely resonates, the challenges, and it's insightful to see how you handled this. And of course, yeah, thank you for the kind words about our Devoteam experts contributing to that journey. So that's great to hear. You mentioned if you were lucky or not, but I believe this is the level of professionalism that we have as Google Cloud partner, and that we also want to keep as a standard. So so that's great to hear that you're happy with the partnership. I will leave the floor again to Anis to guide us through some key takeaways. Anis, go ahead.
Thanks a lot again. So today, to resume, GCV is a native Google service. It's easy to use. It's fully integrated in Google console, and it provides one billing. And when I said one billing, I mean you will have one billing for GCP services, for GCVE, and other services proposed by Google. And I think also about the capacity on demand. I mean that you can request for one node or many nodes if you need. in demand when you need these nodes. I think also that GCV accelerates your digital transformation with minimum risk, and it's very important, and will help you to modernize your workloads at your own pace. The second key is the tool used for migrate. It's a VMware tool again, named SAX, and it's a very good tool used for migration, and it helps us to secure the migration of your workloads without interruption of your services, and also without change your IP address. And it's very important for a lot of our customers. And with this tool, we propose 3 types of migration, as I said before: the cold migration, the warm migration with 2 or 3 minutes of interruption of services, and the hot migration or live migration without interruption of your service. The third key is that Google and Broadcom today have a very strong relationship, and today we can guarantee the price until 2028. And it's very important because we have a lot of customers who ask a lot of questions about the price, about the licensing, etc., etc. And in the end, I think also about disaster recovery, because today we can implement a strategy or a disaster recovery site on demand using Terraform, for example. I mean, infra as a code. So this strategy will help you to reduce the cost. I mean that you can request or you can ask for a disaster recovery site only on demand using Terraform, for example. And this, again, will reduce your price. So what's next? I think that to boost your digital transformation, you can start with an assessment to analyze your environment today, and we will offer to you the best support with one of our experts, and it's free. So you can contact our sales, and he can help you to propose this first step. And the last one is keep in touch. This is my email and the mail of Lisbeth if you are interested with this offer.
Yes, thank you, Anis. And indeed, feel free to reach out if you wanna get started with such a modernization journey. We're already at the end of the last part, I would say, of our online event today, and that's the Q&A. So feel free still, if you have any questions for our speakers, for Peter, Anis, or Mathieu, to ask them in the Q&A section or in the chat. And I've seen that there are already there were 2 questions already, so I would like to ask our experts. But the first question is, how can we optimize our VMware costs by using Google Cloud VMware Engine?
Yeah, I can take this one if you want.
Yes, go ahead, Anis.
So I think that first of all, we have the guarantee of the price until 2028, as I said before. So this is very important. Also, you can, for example, think about a DR strategy or a DR plan. So you can request a DR site on demand, and this will reduce your price. Also, you can modernize your workloads and at your own pace. So you can modernize your workloads using, for example, managed databases or compute engine, etc., etc. And in this, with this methodology, you can reduce the price of VMware Engine.
All right, that's clear. A second question is, how does Devoteam's assessment process work, and which specific insights can I expect to gain from it? Yeah, I think this is again a question more to you, Anis, if you can take it.
Yeah, So I explained how we process with the assessment. Just I'm thinking. Can you explain more? The person who asked the question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I can take this one.
Yeah, go ahead, Mustafa.
So before starting the project, we basically do the assessment, and previously we used Stratozone, and this Stratozone tool basically scan all of your environment and it generates a report based on the scanning, and that is the reason we keep this tool running around 1 month in your environment, and after that we get automated report about all of your VMs, all of your applications, right sizing, cost optimization, and everything. So on and so forth.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Mustafa. For us, we can use, for example, RV tools also. If you have RV tools, it's a free tool. We can analyze your informations. We can deploy Google tools, name it Stratozone, but recently we changed the name. It's a detail. So this tool will analyze and we take a lot of days to analyze your applications, the dependency. And after that, we can confirm and validate that your environment is compatible with GCVE. And also it's very important because today we have customers with Microsoft licenses, with IBM systems, etc. So we will validate and confirm the compatibility with GCVE and propose you the best solution.
All right. Thank you guys for going a bit deeper into that. We have a third question in the questions section, and that's a question for Mathieu. And the question is, which advice would you give to an organization considering GCVE?
Maybe the best is take time for a good preparation. I mean, good organization of priorities, separate the migration in different steps, with starting with low priority and low impact VMs first as a try, then level 2 and level 3, I think. And from our experience, we also had good work doing this way, because one after one, you are easier with the system. So a good preparation, a good planning for migration, and it should be okay.
All right, thank you. That's interesting from someone who already went through the entire process. Thank you. Okay, there's one more question. If anyone still has a question, feel free to still ask them. For now, this is the last question, and the question is, it's actually one of the questions I think that I started this event with. How do I train my teams when migrating?
Yeah, I can take this one. So the goal of this solution, GCV, is that you will maintain your comfortable zone. And normally your team know VMware solutions and are comfortable with VMware solutions. And Devoteam will help you to better use these tools. And if, for example, you don't know some tools or how we will migrate or how we will use these tools, we will help you, we will assist you, and we will explain to you how you can use better those tools. And in the end, we can help you to find better training, because Devoteam G-Cloud, it's a member of a very big group, Devoteam, and we can propose you a training, VMware training specific for one tool, for example.
All right, Mathieu, from your experience, do you have anything to add to that?
I can, yes. To be honest, the training is a long-term timing and planning. That's also why we had this solution to have Mustafa here, just to talk about him as project manager from Devoteam. So this Devoteam part is also taking care of the training. So when you have question, when something is not working or something is not easy, it's also part of the training that you can have a demonstration, you can have explanations all around and all project long. So that's an important part. But also Google is providing some free trainings during the year. So you can also participate with your team to separated trainings to different topics. So in my opinion, it's quite easy to have training during the migration because it's step-by-step migration. So you can have the good training at the good moment and at the best time during the migration.
All right, great, sounds good. Thank you. So that was the last question for now. Yeah, if anyone still has a question, this is your last chance, I would say, to speak up. And otherwise, I think we can wrap up the session right now. Thank you, everyone, for joining today. Special thanks to our speakers, to Andis, Peter, and Mathieu. Thank you for being with us today.